been a year since we made our Tazo Chai Mead. How is it?
All right, so first off, the color is pretty. It's
First off, it's 1.042 final gravity, so it's on the sweet side.
Yes.
Second, it's 13.2% ABV, so it's medium alcohol. I wouldn't call it high alcohol.
It has a pretty tea-like color.
Yeah.
It's a little cloudy, but
it's like an 8.
It's like reading like it's tea. Like it's
yeah, I mean, I can see my finger through it, no problem.
Yeah.
It's like a 7.5 to an 8 for clarity, so it's good. On the smell, though.
The smell, you get the spice.
Yeah.
Right up there. It smells like a Brian drink.
It smells a little harsh for a Brian drink. We will see in a moment. That's why we made this uber sweet. Sometimes the spiced stuff really needs to be super sweet. Oh. Yeah, I gotta admit, on the smell,
it's a nice smell.
It
is harsh, but
it's a little harsh,
but it's nice. Like I could.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I could see an incense.
Yeah,
aroma.
it's a little harsher than I actually like for methylene though. So I'm gonna go in for a taste.
Right.
Oh wow! Now on the taste, it's a lot smoother. On the smell, there was definitely a sharpness, almost a discordancy there. But on the taste, it's very much smoother.
Yeah, the sweetening that we did on this, I think, was absolutely necessary.
Yeah, if this was any less sweet, I don't think I'd like it.
Because I'm getting the clove.
The clove, yeah, a little bit of that.
On the tongue. So, you know, back in the day, if you were a clove person, you might enjoy this because it'll be memories.
You ate cloves back in the day?
No, I didn't smoke, but I may have followed people who smoked clove cigarettes around like a little lost puppy dog.
I've smoked a couple of clove cigarettes here and there. I didn't really.
They were my jam back in the day.
Didn't really do it. I was a smoker though.
I did chew clove gum to replicate that sensation.
I used clove oil when I had a tooth pulled.
Yeah, and that was very effective. So
yeah, incredibly.
If you have a toothache problem,
drink this.
Drink this, sure. Or clove oil.
Yeah, clove oil
but
works
just be
really
prepared.
Well. It burns.
It burns like the dickens.
Yeah, if you get it on skin, it burns.
Yeah.
But it does kill the pain.
It does help a lot.
It doesn't last real long.
He had a dry socket.
Yeah.
I know that's probably too much information, but if you've ever had one of those, you know how painful they are.
We were shooting weddings at the time. I had to get through 2 weddings like that. Yeah, the spice flavors on this actually work out really, really well.
There's an interesting thing happening to me when I am enjoying the aroma. Something that I noticed, and I want you to hopefully notice this with me, is you gotta put your nose back in there. And I first get the sense of the spices, but then my brain goes apple. And I think it's my weird
It's the apple pie thing.
Spiced apple yogurt obsession.
Oh, that
I have. I know. What can I say?
All right, you're saying apple.
I'm getting apple.
I'm trying to envision apple. I'm not getting apple.
I think it's because I want apple to be in there.
Yeah.
Like, those spices are just like, hey, we should be
Now, there's nothing wrong with, like, say, making a sizer with all those spices.
Yeah.
That actually would probably do what you're talking about. Maybe that's something we need to work on. I would call this a worthy, I don't want to say successor, but complement to my spiced methylene that I made years ago. This was a more repeatable process, I think, than my spiced methylene. But they're similar. There's a lot of similarity. I
don't recall. I know we used the Tazo Chai blend, but then didn't we add more spice?
Yeah, we added
afterwards?
like cinnamon and allspice, I think.
So it's almost like...
It basically is my spiced methylene.
Yeah.
I think the main difference is the clove is a little stronger in this than in the combo that I made myself. That's the major thing that I think is different, really. It's very good. It's up there for a methylene for me. I really love, I mean, we all know, I love spiced methylenes. It's just something I like. I try to turn anything that has spices in it into basically this.
All right, so now we have to figure out a number.
But first, let's see what we thought of it a year ago.
Let's go back in time.
So, based on that, do you have a score?
I do.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
8.
7. Wow. Wow. I did not see that one coming. And now we're back to present day. So I'm a little torn because there's things that I like about this and there's things that are unpleasant to me, slightly unpleasant. but I'm torn. But anyway, our scoring system goes 1 through 10, with the occasional 11 being reserved for those things that are just amazing. And up to about a 4.5 is probably something I really wouldn't drink. Some of them might even dump it out. A 5 to like a 7 is considered good. That's a nice beverage, you know, something I would totally drink. 7.5 and above, that's the greatness level. That's where they're excellent, you know, very, very good to excellent to even like the highly revered 11.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm ready.
Just like that. You're ready.
Just like that.
1, 2, 3, 9. So you see how picky we're getting, right? I mean, I was kind of sounding like I didn't like this, but I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9 because it's just not a 10. It's not an 11. There's a little bit of a bitterness coming through from the spices. I think they may have overexpressed themselves a little bit into the brew. And I think that is the thing that I'm tasting most, is they were over present, like over extracted. That's the word.
Yep.
And I think that is having a negative effect. It's a little bit of a bitter note. That said, we made up for that with some sweetness, and by the addition of the cinnamon and the allspice, I think that balanced it down a little bit too. I can totally taste the cinnamon and allspice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that bitterness from the over extraction, it's taken it down a little bit. I mean, it's not bad, but it did take it down.
For me, initially, I really was enjoying this. I was enjoying the memories that it was evoking for me. I was even enjoying the absence of the apple and thinking that I'd like to add apple to it, which may sound weird because it's not in there, but because I thought about it.
Mix this with apple juice. You got something nice.
But as I continued to drink it, my stomach was like, hey, let's not drink too much of this because we might have problems. And I think that's the over-extraction sensation that Brian was getting of the spices. It was just like, it was not...
Gets to be a bit much.
...gelling with me. So, as is, I really enjoy it, but I would only be able to drink small amounts of it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. As far
I
as
could drink the whole bottle.
Alcohol consumption goes, it's probably a good thing to only drink in moderation.
Yeah.
PSA of the day.
That's what they say.
But I would rather not have that limitation implied on me and just...
So you're saying there's a potential we could revisit this again?
I am, but I think...
We'll just make our own mix.
Bri, any excuse for us to do another Methiclin is good in Bri's book.
I like a Sizer Methiclin.
He's all about... I think we've already done that, though.
Did we?
But that doesn't mean we can't
do it again. We did Acer Methicillin, which was...
We also did a spiced apple wine.
Are you really going to do this? We could totally make it again. It'd be different. It'd be...
Did I say that? I think I just said that. Oh. Support me here, people.
Sorry.
Help me out that I'm not...
I know we've done a few things that were apple and a few things that were spice and a few things that were apple and
spice. And that doesn't mean that we can't do it again, right?
Right.
All right. So that was as much negativity as I have about this, which really isn't that much.
This actually came out pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I think the year did it well.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was a year ago, but I think it was still a little bit harsh a year ago.
I have a vague recollection that it was like, oh, I wanted this to be better.
It's kind of smooth. Like it's smooth quite a bit. It's much smoother.
But it's
the
still
smell
potent.
still has a little discordancy.
Still
but
potent.
the taste was really, really nice though.
Yep.
So make this if you like spiced Methiclins and you want something super easy. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.